This is the Solus Plexar show podcast, and this is episode 2. Just wanted to do a little deep dive into why I started music and just my journey in music, like what it's been like in the 10 years I've been doing this. I don't think I've ever just sat down and had a podcast about that, really. I don't know, maybe I did though. I had like 12 episodes. This is like a revamped version. So this is like episode 14, right? But oh well. Those podcasts aren't as valid because it didn't have a video to it, so why did I start making music? Because, well, mostly I wanted to save the world. I thought that I was going to be the guy to save the world, but I've come to realize that we're all going to save the world together. Like, unity is the goal, and the collective consciousness has to be like centered towards music and Christ and everything that comes with sound, word, sound, power. So I started music because I wanted to help like change people's lives and help save people's lives like artists have done for me. Like, I'll shout out Kid Cudi. He saved my life for sure. Bob Marley, aka the Savior. Many, many artists I could name for days and days. But all I know is I started making music so that I could, channel my inner soul and help other people relate, and hopefully they could express themselves too by being, influenced by me and other rappers. But I've not made my lane, and I've not, like, I haven't gotten a whole bunch of fans or anything like that. So it's like I haven't really fulfilled my goal or anything. But here I am talking about it. So I started off just writing poetry. And it turned into like kind of, the first couple songs I wrote were like, the first one was rap. But that was a long time ago. That was 2012. 2014, I wrote my first songs, and they were like reggae poetry, but it wasn't even any good. I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was not like, I wasn't living the liberty. I wasn't livicated to being a Rastafari. I just liked the idea of it, and I, like moved that way. I walked like as if I was a Rastafari without dreadlocks, but I wasn't reading books or like getting any solid mentors or anything. And so I fell away from the path. And I did keep making music, but I was so focused on all world religions that I fell away from learning about the king and Africa and Jamaica and America, all these different things I'm now like starting to understand, and understand. And that's where I was when I was first making music. And so I just made my first real reggae song the other day, but I didn't make the music to it yet. I just wrote the lyrics. And I can't wait to learn how to play drums and play the guitar and start doing it, because it's been hard for me to like form a band, but I bet you it'll come together soon. Just gotta keep doing it. And I'm gonna go to open mics and just start spitting a cappella or something. It's like that has been my struggle lately, is getting instrumentals, but the producer is the one that makes all the music, right? So what am I doing? I just write all the time, never record anymore. But that's where I went with the poetry. I started recording on my phone in my car, and then eventually I got a blue snowball and I recorded a couple little songs on there. I don't think I ever dropped it. It didn't really, I don't know, didn't sound that great to me. So I said, no more USB mics. And I did some research. I got a little Focusrite audio interface. And then I hooked it up to my computer, got me a mic stand and a mic. And then I put it in the kitchen and I started rapping in the kitchen. And then I got me some foam. And my homie and I built this booth. It was really cool. I mean, I built it myself, but he helped me a lot. Like, gave me rides to Walmart and shit when I didn't have a car. Like, man, all glory to God for helping me to, you know, to make that studio in the first place. God must have willed it, so that's why I just keep on doing it. Like, even if I didn't make money in this whole 10 years, you know, had a lot of good memories, got a lot of good experience hanging out with some top rappers. Like they might be, looked down upon or discredited and said that, they don't have enough streams or whatever, but to me, they're legends. And they helped me along this whole journey. And it's cool. Wish I didn't have so many distractions. But yeah, that's how I started making music. Started recording, dropping music on all platforms, and drinking a lot of hot water. Drink a lot of cold water. Do about the same thing, I bet. Oh boy, here comes the distraction. I don't know how I'm gonna get this podcast done professionally. Yeah, it was a really unique, like, I don't know, it was a unique moment when I was recording on my phone in my car, because that's when I thought that, like, after this and I actually start like recording for real, something's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep rapping. I have kept rapping, but not a whole lot's happened, and I'm thankful, because I probably wasn't ready for it. I'm not ready for it now. I can't even make a podcast without lots of distractions. But I don't know, what is the life that I chose? Like, did I choose the music life? Is that what, like, did I choose being a cat dad and a 9 to 5 worker Did I volunteer to live that life? Trading in my music life that I so wanted to make happen? Like, I don't know how to make it any clearer. Like, people tell people who actually know what they want to do to get a job instead of just do what they know they're supposed to do. I don't big up that. I don't. But everybody thinks that's the way, right? Because that's what the higher ups say. What are the higher ups doing? The crazy life we all live in. I started making music wanting to go out and help people with the money that I make and try and volunteer and always be putting my time towards service. I don't know why I don't just volunteer now. I mean, I've tried to apply to volunteer places. Got to jump through 1,000 hoops or something. I don't know why anybody would want to jump through hoops to volunteer. Should be able to just do it, right? Like, what's the big deal about people who want to help? They don't want the world to be healed. So, I'm going to heal the people, free the people with music. That's the message. That's Bob Marley's message. We free our people with music. Not with drugs, not with money, not with sex, not with riches or fame. None of those things. None of those tings, man. None of them tings. Oh, all I can hear is the cat meowing in the next room, and it's throwing me off. I'm sorry, you guys. We're only 12 minutes into this. Come on. I'm trying here. I'm like super uncomfortable. I want to do this. This is my thing. I like podcasting. I used to have the mic in the booth that I was telling you about with the phone. Me and my homie put the booth together. I would put the mic like in the closet, like facing the door instead of facing where I would usually stand. And then I would put a chair outside the booth and just have the door open. Do like that. And it sounded really cool. It did. It sounded good. I'm sure the audio on this isn't very good, especially on TV speakers or something, but through headphones you might be able to hear it a little better. I'm not sure. I haven't really tested it out yet. This is only episode 2. I had a weird day. Wrote a really, really cool song. I feel like I'm just like lost in a fog right now. And I'm thankful that I like found something to be able to talk about on here, but I feel like I'm not being very clear-minded about it. Like, why did I start making music? It wasn't just to save the world. But I did want to help people with like their thought processes, and like there's more to life than like listening to people and everything they say. You gotta take everything with a grain of salt and remember not to lose yourself. If you think something somebody else tells you different, remember to use your intuition, because some people might just be trying to mold you into what you're becoming, which is fear. So don't fear nothing, and don't see anybody as above you, especially in music. Like, we all in this shit like as one. There is no competition. But I mean, people make it a competition, a sport, and whatnot. But I think it's like there's many support systems in the game, but there's also like a lot of sharks and a lot of like oversaturation, people who are gonna fall off quick and are just in it for the short run, one hit wonders. But there are people that will last in this game for sure. I bet you guys are hearing that too. Probably annoying the shit out of you, just like it's annoying the shit out of me. Hey, can you be quiet? I'm doing a podcast. I don't think there is an opportune time to podcast. That is literally like all the time. When that cat's not sleeping, he's going off like a fucking alarm clock. It's unreal. I don't know what to do about it. It's probably the reason why I stopped recording in the first place. And now there's just all these other distractions too, and noises and stuff. But it all started with him back at the studio, you know? I built the studio before I got him, and I was recording a lot. I got him, and I stopped recording as much because it was harder to. He'd always be meowing at the door. Meow, 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 meow. So, I guess this podcast is about how I started rapping and how I stopped. I'm like, I never stopped making music. There was a time when I recorded every day and I did all kinds of shit. Now I waste my time all day trying to get a cat to quit meowing. Oh, it's insane. Why did I start making music? To free my mind, and then I put it in a prison. I wish I could just like press delete on my, not like life in general, but just like I wish I could just like give all my shit away at once. It's too much shit. Materialism is crazy. Like, why did I not spend all that money on music? This shit is like therapy. Oh my gosh. Why did I not spend all that money on music? Now I have a bunch of shit I don't want. I want to give away. Read all these books and I don't want to read them again. Give them away. Everybody sells shit on Facebook Marketplace. Spend all your time doing that when you could just give it up. Give it all away. I'm not saying it's going to get me into heaven or anything by giving away all my shit, but it's definitely going to help me be in more of a heavenly mind state. It's being tied to, these cube houses and I don't know, being on these square blocks, is holding our energy down. You don't see drums or cymbals that are squares, right? They're all circular. You don't see a microphone that's square or a cube, right? They're rounded. There's a dome on a microphone. It's a cylinder, right? Whenever I live in a more cubic house than a rectangle one, it's always a different experience. I wonder what living in a circular house is like. I'm pretty sure that's how the Native Americans, like, I mean, they lived in teepees, those are circular too, but I think their houses sometimes were circular. It's fire. And I think they make circular houses now. They make these things called geoships. I wonder what the acoustics are like in there. See, that would be very cool. That would be very cool to learn. I want to meet somebody who has a geoship. Maybe that will happen. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there. But I started making music to make friends too. Like, I made so many friends in this music shit. And it was like right at the beginning too. Like, Instagram was really good right when I first started networking. And I'm definitely linked up with some people, and some people I've talked to for a long time, but I've never met them or anything, but I still talk to them to this day, 12 years later. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, it's 2026. I've been doing this for 12 years, I guess, not 10. Time flies for sure. I told myself 5 years into it, oh yeah, just 5 more years and I'll be good. Like I said in the last podcast, you gotta make it happen now. You can't give up on your dreams and put a timeline on it. God will make it happen whenever He wills it to happen. You have no control over it. But you can make your own luck. You can take a chance, take a risk, and it will, that leap of faith will enact that whatever God, wills for you. You're gonna, your actions. You make the actions, but God will help you with all the good things that happen with that action. I don't know how else to explain that any clearer, but I feel like as I strayed away from God, I strayed away from music. But am I still strayed away from God? Is that why I'm not good with music, yet? But it's things I think about. And even after I had so-called strayed from the path or changed my religion or whatever, I never had a religion really. I was agnostic for a long time. But after I wasn't really doing a lot of research on Rastafari or Egyptian stuff anymore, I got into paganism, and it's like I feel like I fell away from music when I did that, and I started making really dark music. But I'm not trying to shun anybody who does that. I think it's cool or whatever. Like, it was like a trend, pretty much. Big trend. And I thought it was gonna be like my lifestyle forever, but I didn't know what I was getting into. All the books I had all these different things in it I'd never tried. It was like, I probably will never try that because I don't have money to buy all that stuff. You want to be a pagan, you better have some fucking money up the ass. About like $10,000 or something. Or like a fucking, a garden or something. But It's not right. You start wanting to buy all these different things. Should have put all that money that I put into, these things that I thought were going to be a permanent part of my life and something that's going to help me, and scrapped everything that I wanted in the first place. Like my roots. My roots was music. Then I traded it to be a healer or something. I thought my healing, can't think of the word. I thought my, way of healing was through music. Why was I going into all this, healing with herbal medicines and things? Like, let's learn Reiki or something. Like, there's only one healer. That's Jesus Christ, and he's sound. Like, he is body, sonus. And I feel like that's what created everything, was sound. Or like a sound being made by the Father, right? By the mind. I can barely do this. Scott. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, be quiet. We're doing a podcast. You need to shush. But yeah, I'm thankful. I'm starting to learn all these things. I thought that I was like, learned and everything. I was like, I know like all the different religions, and I wrote this book, and I want to publish it one day, but to revise it is gonna take more than 12 weeks. It's gonna take like a year. So I don't really have a year to be doing that. It was fun writing the book. I don't think I'm even gonna start my third one. I wanted to start it like 3 weeks ago. So I started writing books because, I thought, this sounds so weird saying this right now, but like, I wrote a book about a lion man. I was like, there's this lion god, and he's, all over the world, and he's God. God's a lion. And I mentioned the Lion of Judah, but I wasn't like actively like livicated to Rastafari or anything, but I still like, it's always been there. Like I've been like I've been a Rastafari my whole life. I don't know how to explain it. And this cat is meowing again. Anyway, I wasn't actively livicated as a Rastafari. I didn't, but I was still like it's just always been part of me. I always wanted to know more about it. I always wondered about, you know, smoking and smoking as a sacrament rather than, drinking wine. But I don't know if it's rather than, I'm just saying. It's just interesting. And I always liked reggae music. And I liked how they incorporate hip hop into reggae. But I don't know how some people feel about that. I don't know. I just like making music a lot. And even if people think like my music is, not good for others, like listen deeper and listen to the vibes and what the music is telling you, not just base it off of what people have told you, these kinds of people or these people who say these things. Don't judge me, don't judge other artists. Just try and relate. Because I used to be like that for a long time. I don't like trap artists. I don't like trap rap, or I don't like gangster rap or gangster skating or something. There's resistance there. And that's fear. And if you fear any genres, it's gonna keep you from your potential. Like, there's a way to enjoy even things that you don't enjoy. But that's another story. That's for another day. When I first started rapping, it was amazing. I felt like, oh, I'm writing better and better and better. But like, when I wasn't routinely writing and I was just writing like on the dial, like just whenever I so felt like it, I remember sometimes with some of these songs that I wrote, like just sitting at my kitchen table where that mic was at first in the kitchen, before I had the mic. And it was daytime, and I was writing the first song on the Inner Monologue Volume 1, and everybody liked that song. Nobody's ever really told me, like, oh yeah, I really fucked with that song, except for that mixtape. And I mean, there were some others, but that one got a lot of attention, and I remember writing it. I remember what I wrote it on. Like, that's it makes sense to me. I want to write about, religion, but at the same time, like, I don't want to scare people off. But I do like, showing people about the esoteric. But at the same time, when I first started rapping, I would tell my skater friends that I'm going to be the skater rapper. So what am I going to be? The esoteric rapper, the skater rapper, the Rastaman rapper, you know? What more can I be than those three things? Do I really need to be the hardcore gangster rapper that's getting people out of their depression or trying to motivate people and be more confident? Do I need to take up all these lanes or just not be able to be put in a box? Be able to talk about all these different things, but just on, my vibe, whatever beats I want to do it on and make the Solus Plexar vibe? Or do I want to do every genre? I need to figure it out now. Like, I need a producer to sit down with me and be like, okay, like, this is your style, like, this is like this and that. But I feel like nobody knows me very well. Like, even the dude that I used to rap with, I was just talking about, he, he was a producer and he wanted to help me a lot. But he just took so long to make songs happen. And we should have had a whole bunch of songs out by now. And they could be out, but they're not. So, like, I don't have trouble trusting people. Like, I don't trust people, but nobody's really approached me since then. And it's like, maybe I just need to make the beats myself and figure out what sound I like. I've been trying. Should have put money into this, recording program I need. I need to get the new Fruity Loops. I need to get a new shield. So I can start rapping again. Because that's why I'm making a podcast about why I started rapping. So I could maybe, find a reason to do it. That's not a reason to change or whatever. I never switched up though. I've always rapped about the same shit, but I still get kind of edgy. I don't talk about shit that people talk about regularly in music because I feel like they're not about that life. And even if I am or was about that life, why do I need to talk about it? I like to talk about, stories. I like to talk about spirituality. That's pretty much all the kinds of raps I've made. There's always spiritual ones that have a message to it. But they were all different kind of perspectives and point of views and dialogue, I guess. I don't know, not dialogue. I guess just like, rapping what people are thinking or whatever. But like, not like Tom McDonald. I had to say it. I think everybody loves Tom McDonald, but I don't know. I think everybody hates Tom McDonald. You heard it here first. Man, I really, really like making this podcast. I do. And it could flow so much better if I didn't have the distractions. But this is great. I'm thankful that I started making music, and I'm thankful that I started making this podcast. Even if I can't publish my books or whatever, like, I'm glad I didn't put more time into it than I did. I took 12 weeks to write that first book. It doesn't take that long to, like, make rap music. It really doesn't take 12 weeks. It takes, like, 5 days. But don't just rap for 5 days and then quit, though. Really, it shouldn't take long to, like, get started rapping, though. If you know what you're doing or you have somebody there that knows what they're doing and they can teach you, you can do it really fast. Like, as fast as the stuff gets shipped to you. And that's why the game is so oversaturated, because there's so many people who can easily make music. You can easily make music on your phone, and it'll sound decent. It's not gonna sound like, $1,000 mic or $800 mic or something, but you put, auto tune and whatever else you want to put on it, it's gonna sound fucking great. Like vocal effects and all those mixer words, all those engineer words. I'm not an engineer. I have been a recording engineer, and and I guess I mixed some of my own stuff, but I didn't like mix it. I just did it how I wanted it to sound, and I tweaked the volumes, and I did the pitcher, the tuner on it. That was really fun. I like doing that, but I really need to get a new chair. This isn't very comfortable. But yeah, I guess I was a recording engineer for my friend too, but I don't know how to mix master stuff. I feel like once I learn how to produce and then mix master beats, mix master vocals, I feel like I will have a better grasp on what music really is, and what it takes to make it, and what goes into it. So maybe that's why my producers don't want to sit down and like do this, because they know I'm not very good at like explaining things, and I don't know what I want. I don't know what kind of style Solus Plexar really is. You know, there's certain beats that I probably envision in my head, but I don't know how to put it out there, how to make it, or tell somebody to make it, or whatever, pay somebody to make it. Life is to make music very well. Why did I start making music? Nah, people give me shit all the time. You'll never make it, or you'll never get rich, or whatever. And it's like, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm trying to be content. Like, I am pretty content, but not really. Like, this is probably the only spot in my whole house that I could do a podcast, like, the frame wise. Like, everything else is just, it's just so, it's not like I need something, like, bigger, per se, but I like to have less shit. Give away some of my stuff. I might give away my TV. I don't know. I might sell it. I don't know. But I used to always talk down, like when I first started making music, I used to always talk down on TV. Like, oh no, nobody needs TV. That's not good for you. I like watching the Science Channel, but the cats are going off again. But I don't think TV is good for us as music is. Movies are good, maybe. I don't know. It's predictive programming. But music is good, but music can also be brainwashing too. And I always wanted to record music on 528 hertz and what is it, 432 hertz? It's a good idea to listen to music in that frequency because it'll be better for your body and for your mind, your soul. For some reason, that whatever it is, that frequency they use on the radio and every recording device, it'll take over your mental. But there are some rappers that record in 528 hertz and different hertz than the original or whatever. That's the Nazi socialism for you. Everybody's taking meth and listening to the radio. Fuck that. They're probably gonna start putting it in the weed. Who knows? They're gonna start putting it in the weed. Things like that. Oh my gosh. I want to make a track with Damon Darling. I'm gonna make a song about dollars. Here, you want $1 bill? I don't know. That's he's a huge influence of mine for sure. And he helps people a lot. He cheers them up. I want to pay homage to him because I've been wanting to do that all this time. I don't know why I like haven't been able to, but he does it. He really does it. He goes out there and he pays for people's groceries and stuff. Like, give him a shout out right here. You heard it here first on the Solus Plexar show, episode 2. I think we're gonna end it here because I said I was gonna do about 45 minutes. Cats are driving me nuts, and I don't want to drive you nuts any longer. I'm sure I'm just droning on, but I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Monday. Solus Plexar show. Tune in.